got a little annoyed there. It's like, oh, yeah, call in. I've been doing that for the past hour or so, and it's like, I can't call in, dude.
I'm calling in right now, but I don't think they're going to take any calls yet. I think they're going to wait until the next hour to take calls, the last hour. So you got to stay up. You got to stay up late. And what I was going to do is read off some of the Bilderberg meeting list. See if anybody recognized some of these names.
Some of that kind of gets me to the point where people get so absorbed with that, they don't think of what really affects them in life.
I know what you mean.
I'm a little bit older than you people, I think.
You people.
Most you people in your 20s or 30s, I guess.
You people. I love it.
Yeah, you people. I'm like one of the older generation. I consider myself among the Uncle Ron kind of group because I'm 43.
I love Uncle Ron. You have been around hanging out.
Yeah, I have been around. I know Uncle Ron very well.
Right on.
If you guys are hearing me okay, then I don't have to put my microphones on, so please tell me if you hear me okay.
Yeah, I hear you all right, and the levels look good, like I said. So, you know, a friend of mine, the guy that just came in the chat room tonight, I dare you to think.
Oh, yeah. I know him. He's in my MySpace, as a matter of fact.
Is that right? He gets around on MySpace. That's for sure. And
he's a friend on my MySpace. I have 3 MySpace pages now. But very good man. There's a lot of good information. I would say, you know, Adam.
He has a beautiful son, too.
He has what?
He has a beautiful son. I don't want to give too much away because he's, you know, he's in it deep, if you know what I mean.
He has a beautiful son.
Son.
Oh, son. I thought you said scent. I was like, okay, it's a beautiful smell. Okay.
Oh, I was just over at his house just a little while ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, we were talking earlier about how the this whole speculation about what could happen because they have all the power. What they could do.
It's
what
kind
it's doing to people.
It's kind of strange for me because I look at this and I say, being 43 and several elections, thank you very much, I dare you. At least you let me know that the year just goes well. I've been to several elections where I felt like, oh my God, the world is going to end, you know, if I don't, you know, push for this presidency, you know. And I have been one of those Democrat, Republican kind of people. I'm a Republican. I've always been a Republican. And what's going on now? What's going on now is extremely different than anything. And you all young folks can never comprehend this. But it's more than my generation ever thought of, my parents' generation ever thought of. What's going to happen is much more than what we could have ever imagined could happen to us, because every generation thinks that we want better for our children. And when we start getting into Bilderberg and the New World Order, you kind of lose a grasp in some way. In some way you learn a lot, but you have to always remember how it affects you, how it affects your world around you. And you can never forget that. It is not distant from you. It is you. And that's what I see happening, is that you go to these, you know, different things going on, and you can easily very distance yourself from what is really going on. But, you know, New World Order. Okay, New World Order.
Okay.
All right, European Union. You know,
okay.
2000, oh shit, what was the year?
2012. You're
No,
saying
no, no, no.
2000?
The European Union has been around for a very long time, which is why people in the mainstream ignore it. Because it's been around for a long, long time. What they don't know is that in 2006, I believe, was when 10 more member states, and I quote that because they don't know that in the general population, they joined the European Union, and they no longer have a constitution, and the normal population don't know this.
That their constitution, that their form of government has been usurped. Basically.
They don't have a constitution. We are depending on Ireland right now, because Ireland put a referendum up, and so only the Irish people get to vote on that constitution, and if they vote it down, they voted down for the whole European Union.
Well, doesn't it make it simpler that way? I mean, no, we can take care of stuff a lot. We can get things done a lot quicker if we just one vote.
For Mexico to decide on whether or not, you know, your constitution takes place or what it contains?
No, and that's...
The whole thing was, with the European Union, they tried to put across this constitution for many years, and all the member states shot it down. And they tried to put it in with another bill, another bit of little legislation with people that they didn't vote into the parliament there, and they were trying to sneak it through. And it was only Ireland who decided to say, wait a minute, we want to put a referendum up there and let the people decide.
Yeah, Ireland's like the Ron Paul supporter group of the world, right? That's the faction.
The European Union, yes, I would say that would be the Ron Paul, definitely. But you see, what happens is that the normal population doesn't understand about the European Union, that it's 27 member states. It was never, 27 member states. It was just a few, and it was no big deal. It was no big government over there. And now it's a huge government. It's a huge government. And 27 member states. And now, if that wasn't bad enough, now you have the Union of South America, which happened the Friday before our Memorial Day, which nobody, I mean, I haven't seen it anywhere but BBC, PBS, and I forget where else, but it was 3 sites that actually publicized that the Union of South America ever took place. And, yeah, I'm here.
So the first they tell you it doesn't exist. On the media, they use the media to tell everybody it doesn't exist. And it's kind of like, the kids in the playground, in the school ground, when they're like, a group of them get together and decide what's cool. And that's it, If they want to roll their socks down like olive oil from Popeye and say that's cool, then everybody has to go along with it. It's the same thing. It's this trendy popularity thing. If you believe in the North American Union, well, you're crazy, And that's the way they treated him in the debates. Him, Ron Paul, not him, Lord, but him, Ron Paul.
It was, and people here. I deal with many young people, and what I don't comprehend is that Ron Paul, in those debates, mentioned the Trans-Texas Corridor. And they all laughed at him, saying that was a conspiracy.
It's almost like they're little chuckling robots. Like, whenever Ron Paul speaks, just chuckle and sneer and look at each other in the eyes.
that Trans-Texas Corridor, there are pictures, available on the internet.
Oh, and people up in Texas are serious about it, too.
Of that superhighway. And yet people will still be on the mainstream media saying it doesn't exist.
Yep, that's their first tactic. And then their second tactic, once they get all their ducks in a row, and it's, now they have that it's real, it really is real, then it's like no big deal. It's just don't worry, it's just a grenade on the side of the road there. Don't worry. Just pass along, just mind your own business. It's just a live explosive device sitting right next to your home.
No,
it's not a very good
it's
analogy,
kind of
but basically that's what they do. They say, once they get it established, then they say, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. And then everybody is already conditioned to not think, they're already conditioned through